Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 366 Days of Hope. My name is Pearl, and I'm here to share our next topic, which is zinc. And zinc is a trace mineral, like all trace minerals. They are present in all the different foods that we eat, but in small quantities. And they are used as a catalyst in enzyme systems. And zinc also helps with our immune system by fighting off invading bacteria and viruses. It is used to make genetic materials for cells in the DNA and also protein. It is needed by 100 enzymes to help do a multitude of things in the body, like healing damaged tissue and rapid cell growth during vital stages in our life, like during pregnancy, during adolescent, and also during childhood. So, what are some of the benefits of zinc? Well, it's really important for our thyroid function. It's important for blood clotting, like we learned with vitamin K. It's also important for wound healing, as well as maintaining one's ability to taste and smell. It also helps fight off infections, as we talked about earlier, and it also helps support our skin health. So what does vitamin Z So what does zinc deficiency look like? Well, hair loss. Um, so what does a deficiency in zinc look like? You might experience things like hair loss, diarrhea, maybe delayed sexual development in adolescence. You also may experience eye or skin problems. You may have a loss of appetite. You may develop skin rashes, and you may have impaired your ability to taste and smell as well. So, what does a toxicity of zinc look like? Well, you could experience things like vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal cramps, and lastly, headaches. Now, again, to have that, you might be taking supplements that could cause it, since generally your food doesn't have a lot of it unless you're consuming a lot of that particular, say, fruit or maybe a certain type of food that contains a high amount of zinc. And if you're consuming so much, then maybe you'll have a higher quantity of zinc in your body, but that really is difficult to do unless you are supplementing and you're over supplementing. So, what can cause your body to inhibit zinc? Well, if you consume a very high fiber diet, and say whatever diet, so what inhibits vitamins? So what inhibits zinc? Well, phytates can inhibit it if you have the higher phytate um, type that you're consuming, meaning that you have higher phosphates. So what inhibits zinc? Well, phytates can inhibit it, and that usually comes from like a high fiber diet, especially present in cereals, corn, and rice. But this is only if you are consuming something that has a, say, higher phosphate, and it's a specific type. So it's not going to be any of the lower phosphates. They don't actually cause any issues with preventing zinc absorption. But if you have higher dosages of, say, magnesium or copper, that can also cause your body to inhibit zinc. And oh, that's it. Well then, so let's talk about what inhibits phytates. Well, so let's talk about what inhibits zinc. So phytates come from things like cereal, corn, or rice, and that generally is, or whole grain bread. Those high fiber type of diets can cause a problem if you have higher phosphate levels in your body, but none of the lower phosphates have an issue with zinc absorption. The other two that can cause your body to inhibit zinc is if you have high dosages of magnesium and copper. Lastly, so let's talk about what helps your body absorb zinc. Well, vitamin D has been known to actually help balance the zinc levels in our body, and also has been shown in studies that if you take vitamin D, it can actually help with absorption as well. And if you have adequate levels of copper and you don't have too high of it, it can actually help with absorption. But if it's too much, just like we talked about with its of what causes zinc to not absorb. Oh, Pearl, try again. So let's talk about what enables the body to absorb zinc. Well, vitamin D actually helps with that. It helps kind of level out the zinc levels, but it also helps absorb zinc in the body, especially if you have an active form of vitamin D. Also, if you have copper at an adequate level, that can also help with vitamin. If you have an adequate level of copper, that can also help with absorbing zinc as well. And so let's talk about the 3 foods that have the highest content of zinc. And like we said before, you really do not need a lot of it, although it is very much used in our body. But just based on what I've discovered, just of 1 cup, this is what I found. So wheat germ has 130% of the daily value, and hemp seed has 140% of your daily value. Pine nuts have 79% of your daily value. All 3 of these are just in 1 cup servings. So you clearly don't need a cup of each one of these, but you can sprinkle them on, or you can add them to a salad, and you will have your dosage of zinc for the day. So with that said, guys, may you live, thrive, and be healthy. See you next time. Bye.